Hey YouTube, welcome to the live. This is Loyalty Over the Bag, and I wanted to pull up y'all. I wanted to do a part three, Down Low Husbands Exposed. So there's a lot of lies being circulated. There's a lot of false narratives. Um, my down low ex-husband is still lying. He's still doing and saying whatever to try to manipulate and get people to believe the lies. Okay. So I'm here. I'm available for any questions. No one has come and asked me for questions. No one has asked for receipts. That's because they don't want to know the truth or they want to continue to try to manipulate the truth. But everything that happens in the dark comes to light. Always remember that, y'all. Okay? So I wanted to just come and give you an update. There's so much that's happened between I made the part two video and to now. So after the part two video, that was like when everything was really fresh. And after the part two video, my ex-husband was calling me. He was telling me he wanted to get help. He was communicating with me, but he was lying to everyone else and making it seem like I was just texting him and he was ignoring me and I'm this psycho crazy, lying about him because I'm bitter and mad, which was absolutely the farthest thing from the truth, and he knows it, I know it, and God knows it. So he would try to manipulate messages, and he would try to call me from different numbers or block numbers and try to make it seem like I was the only one messaging him. He would lie and tell me stories and then totally switch up 5 minutes later when he was around a different person. He would deny everything, like insane psychotic stuff. Like other people heard him on the phone, my friend who I was around, other men, my homies, and even they said he's psycho. Cocaine is a hell of a drug, and it really causes people to be in delusions. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up some things on my website. um, I got to start work here in a minute, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull up some things for you and just let you guys know this is what I was dealing with. So yes, I did try to get him into a drug treatment program. um this person was absolutely delusional. This person was absolutely paranoid that everybody would find out the truth. He went into literal psychosis. It was like a psychosis. The things that he was doing, and they would turn around and call me and be like, "Oh, I had to play the role. Oh, why you do that? Why you telling them? Why you telling my secrets?" Um, it's a very powerful stimulant, and it has severe damage, okay, to a person's brain. It neurologically ruins a person to the point that they get psychosis. It's one of the side effects, okay? Which is why people are in this euphoric state when they're on it and everything is so wonderful. But the second that they're down, then, that's when reality hits them and then they go through withdrawals and all of these symptoms, anger. It's a lot of things that you have to deal with. So I was contacting the insurance company. I'm going to go ahead and pull up one of the therapy locations that we were talking about. So I had contacted the insurance, and we were going to send him to um, a drug counseling center. And they actually have one in Riverside that we're going to send him to under the insurance, if I'm not mistaken. Um, if I'm not mistaken, they were going to go ahead and send him to a comprehensive treatment center. And then they also had other places that were available, like outside of the area, so he could get away from his circle of drug users, drug abusers, liars, and manipulators. Um, but one of the one of the signs of drug addiction is falling through, making promises and not keeping them, especially when it comes to treatment. So he was calling me, telling me he wanted to be a better husband. He didn't want to be gay, telling me it was the drugs and how everyone tried to force him to do drugs, including his baby mama, who he claimed was absolutely drug addicted. And, he let him know that the whole family is drug addicted and basically telling me that He wanted, that's why he wanted a new life. That's why he was with me, because I made him be sober. I refused to allow him to not be sober around me. I refused. So one of the symptoms of drug addiction, especially when it comes to cocaine, a person is liar. A person comes up with a lot of fake stories, and so unfortunately, the truth about what I went through and all the nightmares and all the horrors and all the abuse and all the mind games and all the lies that I went through, unfortunately, that person dealt with it through cocaine addiction, through creating a false narrative, through, trying to block out any other thought. Okay. So this person went fueled into a drug addiction lifestyle, block out any other thoughts. And, needing more and more drugs, larger amounts of time, spending money on drugs. What I tell you guys this morning. All right. That's why someone comes up with lies and manipulates, because they got to go spend their money on drugs, just like A&E. That's why this person needed an intervention. All right. Doing extremely risking things, spending a good amount of time on getting drugs, using drugs, recovering. Like, everything is about drugs. You go to work, so you have money for drugs. Like, you don't go to work to actually, because you love your career. You don't have a career. You're a laborer. So someone just accepts any type of position. They don't care about education. Someone doesn't care about having a craft or a trade. Um, and is so ashamed of it that they have to lie. Someone lies about fake jobs and fake educations. It's really crazy. I'm telling you, psychosis, absolute psychosis. Someone has problems at work. Someone has physical health issues. Someone clearly neglects their appearance. So it doesn't matter how many clothes you put on, or what type of perfume you wear or cologne you wear. The drugs, you can see it in a person's skin. You can literally see it. It ages a person. So someone looks extremely old, someone hair is starting to gray. People have money issues, constant requesting for money, has to request other people for money, no reasonable explanation, nothing coming of the money, money not well spent, money not invested, nothing to show for the money, stealing. A person is so drug addicted that they have to actually steal, because once you won't allow them to be codependent on you, then they begin to come up with these lies, right? All these A&E intervention, they begin to come up with and will tell you whatever. So if you're silly enough to believe whatever, then you're just fueling their drug addicted lifestyle. You're just codependent as they are. So anxiety and paranoid thinking is at an all-time high. So this person was trying to set me up. My down low ex-husband was literally trying to set me up while we were married. He was doing things that I told him not to do, and he tried to set me up for it, but it was in his name. He was the one that was doing everything, and it had nothing to do with me. It was not my stuff. So him trying to set me up in that way, it only would have implicated him, and it would have been even more obvious of how devious and how evil he is, to be actually married to me, smiling in my face, living with me, and trying to set me up for his crime. That's very indicative of a snitch. That's what snitches do. That's what rats do. They try to use other people to do their dirty work because they're too scared to do it themselves. But it's all involving them, so they already implicate themselves. They're not smart. And that's why they didn't want to go to court, because they didn't want the truth to come out. My down low ex-husband had every opportunity to go to court and say I was lying and say this and that, but he can't, because I'm telling the truth. And that's why I won my court case based on facts and evidence of homosexuality and theft. A theft, because he is drug addicted. He is drug addicted, and everyone he involves himself with is drug addicted. And he tried to say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. It's the drugs that make me gay. I don't want to be like this anymore. I want to live a different life. I want to get clean. I want to be sober. I want to work out." So when he was around me, he had to hold up to that. He had to live that lifestyle. So that's why he was running and hiding, because he knew that he couldn't do that around me. So unfortunately, Impulsive behavior and hallucinations is another thing. Grand delusions. Uh, Reduced perception of reality is another one. Also, tremors. A person will twitch. Their nerves. They will literally twitch because of the chemical dependency in the brain. So that's another really big sign of someone who's drug addicted and who is not living in reality. Okay. Um, it's really something that you have to be aware of. So during this time, I was trying to save my down low ex-husband. I was trying to save my marriage. I had no idea. I was trying to save him. I really was. I was married to him. I loved him. I tried everything in my power to help him. There's been other people who dealt with these demons and was able to shake them and free them. Look at Farnsworth Bentley. He's married and living a very happy life. He has a beautiful wife, beautiful child, and he's a homebody now. And he came out of that lifestyle as a concubine to Diddy. So at the end of the day, if a person really wants to change their life, they can. And unfortunately, my down low ex husband is a master manipulator narcissist. And he made me think that he really wanted to get help. He made me think that he really wanted to change. And he made me think that he was really taking the steps to do that. He made me think that he was living with his dad. He made me think that he was working when he wasn't. He made me think that he was coming back to enter a drug treatment program. Okay. Intensive. It was going to be a live in facility. He refused. He refused because he doesn't want to be clean, just like he doesn't want to be straight. So he continues to lie and come up with this false narrative. The whole time he was manipulating everyone except for me. I knew that he was playing mind games. That's why I cut him off and blocked him. That's why I continue to file for my divorce. That's why I hired a private investigator to serve him before I went to the authorities, who the authorities ultimately served him, tracked him down, and verified that he was a con man. He was fraud. He was claiming a residence that he didn't live at. He was claiming things that weren't true, just like he is now. And all of that is in court documents. All of that is available for everyone to see. If you want, I can give you a copy of the court documents. Go ahead and leave me a comment with your email, not on the live, on the real page. You can leave me a comment, and I'll give you whatever receipts you want to show you, whatever documentation. In addition to that, I also have documentation to show that he snitched. One of the things that came out in the process of the divorce and getting information as requested by the district attorney, one of the things that came out was that he had snitched and that he had also been doing down low activities in Chicago. And he would leave and go into Chicago and do these things where he thought no one would know him. He thought no one would know. But it was rumored, and it was well known that he was a drug addict, crackhead. Everyone calls him a crackhead because he literally was and still is. Crack cocaine is cocaine. So, um, a lot of things that came out during the divorce time that let me know that it was a no hope for this person. This person is hopeless, and it was just a matter of me just completely walking away and going with God. I let go and I let God. I quit trying to help him. I quit letting him try to, lie and manipulate me and try to set things up to make it look a certain way. I just refused to play the games, and I just continued to block him out. And even though he stalks me, I'm still tracking everything. We're still, keeping up with everything. We're still aware of everything. Um, God is protecting me. God is keeping the truth at the forefront, and I'm very appreciative for that. God's keeping us strong and blessed. So, my contract that I have, I got $6,000 coming in today from my contract. So, thank you to the government for that new contract. I'm definitely looking forward to another one. And I'm just continuing to focus on my clients and my business, and continuing to stay strong because I know the truth, and I can't be played with. I know the truth. I knew it then and I know it now. So a person will lie and say whatever. Look at Diddy. Look at R. Kelly. But the truth is the truth and the facts is the facts. And everybody still ends up under the jail or 6 feet. Because God isn't going to protect a liar. God doesn't like ugliness. God does not like a man who tries to hang his wife while he's married to her, actively trying to put his crimes like a coward on his loyal wife who was only trying to help him bring out the best in him, okay? And had nothing to do with the disgusting, dirty, down low, drug fueled lifestyle and choices that he was making to be a fraud and a con man to everyone and everything. So, someone who does those types of behaviors, they have no hope. They don't have any light. If they did, they wouldn't be doing those types of things. If they did, they wouldn't be moving like that. They would be moving like a real man and not like a bitch. They wouldn't move like a coward and a con man. They would move like a solid stand up man. So, someone who's solid doesn't lie about their sexuality. They don't lie to try to set up their wife to put them in jail. They don't call the police on their wife and lie. Lies, 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 lies. Okay? They don't call their wives from block numbers and tell them long stories to try to trick them so they don't get divorced so everyone doesn't know. Oh my God, they're gonna know I'm down low. She's gonna go to court and show them, and did and won. Okay, and did and won. So there was a lot of things going on. Also, I was being stalked. My down low ex-husband, Sugar Mama, in the video, the one that looked like Baby Huey, he sent her to cybersecurity school to try to hack me, to try to tap into my phone line, was interfering with my calls, my information. I ignored it. I ignored it. And then a couple people got involved that once they knew, they took action and there was nothing that I could do. So once they took action and then the truth really came out, and then I already knew. I knew that they were weird and obsessed with me. I knew that they were busters, lames. I knew that they were old and tired. I knew that their mind wasn't right because of drugs. I already knew it. I knew that they wished and wanted that they could be me. They could never be me. Can never do what I do, live how I live, move how I move. Could never be where I'm from. Could have never done the things that I've done in my life. So they try to lie and downplay it and steal from it, and still can't and still ain't. How's that working out for everybody? Because I'm still am who I say I am. I'm still doing everything I said I was doing. So at the end of the day, everything came to light. Everything came full circle. Okay. And the truth came out. And then those people who were being harassed and stalked, they already had their own little stuff going on to where there was nothing I could do. And everything came out. So that's why that person laughed at them just like I laugh. And it's really funny. It's funny because if I'm all this and I'm all that, why is everybody so obsessed with me and stalking me? I thought everything would be over when I filed for divorce and walked away. So why is everyone still so obsessed with me? Clearly, I'm not nothing that you say, right? Because I own commercial housing buildings, commercial properties in your fucking head. Like, you think about me, you stalk me, you try to send people by my house, it don't work. You try to send people into my DM, it don't work. All it does is make you look psychotic, in a state of ongoing psychosis. And it's very, very clear. So one of the facts that it came out was the snitching in Kankakee. I posted that on my community tab. He absolutely got caught stealing baby powder and got caught domestic violence. against his baby mama. One of them over there. He has several. And at the end of the day, everything that happened in the dark come to light. I found out that he snitched. Everybody found out that he snitched. His face is well known. They say he can't go back over there. That's why you never see him over there. He can't go over there. Everybody's on his ass for snitching, getting caught stealing baby powder, and snitching. And it's all in my community posts. It's in my shorts all the way at the bottom. And y'all could go see the paperwork for yourself. So I don't have to lie. I will continue to put out receipts. These people have to lie, just like they had to lie to get me. You couldn't tell me the truth and still marry me. Download Husbands Exposed Part 3. He couldn't tell the truth to get me to marry him. He couldn't say, "Oh, I'm down low. I like men. I like trannies, but I still love you though." But what? Man, get your bitch ass away from me, faggot ass bitch. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? You fucking weirdo. You sick bitch. See, he couldn't be honest with me and tell me. So of course he had to lie to get me. Just like he lied to get me in the first place. The nigga lied and said he was single, said he didn't have no kids. Come to find out you got five. That means you denounced 4, 5 kids? You sick. That's sad. That's some real coward shit. You'll deny your children to get a bitch? Wow. Then it didn't work. Then you kept lying. You should have known if you got caught all them other lies, I was going to catch you on that one. That's the crazy part to me, y'all. Anybody let me know if it's crazy to them too. It's crazy that he thinks that he could lie to get me to marry him and to get me to stay married to him. Lie and make me think that he was straight. Lie and make me think that he didn't live with somebody else. Lie and make me think that he was staying with his dad's. Lie and make me think everything that it wasn't. That's crazy. You should have known. That's crazy. That's S side right there. That's S side. That's like walking off the plane. So, yeah, at the end of the day, nobody can steal my truth. Nobody could take my joy. Nobody could take my happiness. Nobody could take my light. No one could change my story. No one can change the narrative. And it's only the people who are sick and the people who are complicit or who live the same lifestyle who will cover and believe those types of lies. There's too much evidence and proof out there, and I will continue to put the facts. Unfortunately, this person continues to stalk and harass and threaten me. So, this isn't the end of the story. There's going to be a lot of action taken, and this person is going to have consequences for the things that they say and the things that they choose to do. It's been 3 years. This isn't yesterday. A person has had plenty of opportunity to walk away from me, my family, my brand, my business. Okay? My business is none of your business. It's only the business I make it. I'm only going to let you know what you need to know. So, a wise person is going to seek wise counsel. As I said, a preacher and a crackhead can't stay married. I'm not going to stay married to a crackhead. I'm a preacher, ordained minister, Universal Life Church. Thank you. And that's something that I just have for myself for when I get older. If I choose to do something with it right now, then that's what I choose. But right now, I'm choosing to do this. I'm allowing God to use me to speak the truth on my channel, to tell the truth. And I told the truth in 2021, 22, 23, 24. Look at where we're at. Other people are being exposed. Diddy, Meek Mill, all these men are being exposed for being what we already knew. We already knew they was fags and booty bandits. We already knew they was moving funny. A real woman gonna recognize. All right, we already knew the stories Kim Porter had for us. We already knew. All right, we already knew all these things. The real will accept the truth and embrace it. A coward's gonna run and lie and hide. So, no matter who tries to lie and hide or cover, the truth still comes to light. Everything shines and everything happens in the way that it's supposed to. So, you have to believe in that. Sometimes it takes years, sometimes it takes months, sometimes it takes days, but you will get justice. You will be protected, especially when you're a light worker, especially when you're standing in the light, in God, in truth. Amen. That's what this is about. So do not be deceived by the lies. The devil is a liar. Do not be deceived. Do your due diligence. All right. And if anybody needs any receipts or any information, I can give you the information. You could go to the courthouse and get your own copies. I could give you the receipts of everything else that you need to confirm everything that I've been saying. So once I got tired of my down low ex-husband acting like a crackhead and being psychotic, obsessive compulsive liar, narcissist, I just said, I'm done. I told him, you're dead to me. And I called his side chick, Baby Huey, aka Cracker Barrel. And I told her, bitch, you have no idea. Bitch, you have no fucking idea what this motherfucker's doing behind your back. So if you want the nigga so bad, put him on a motherfucking leash, bitch. You fucking stupid bitch. You weird ass bitch. You obsessed. You so worried about obsessed with me. You can't figure out your nigga fucking niggas. You can't. You so worried and obsessed about me. You can't figure out your nigga fucking your friends, fucking the people around you, fucking his baby mama, fucking his homies. Or you so fucking weird and sick he fucking with you. You stud looking at.